Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back in MSFS and we're taking a trip today from Montpellier, Lima Foxtrot Mike Tango, down to Palermo, Lima India Charlie Juliet. And we are of course in the wonderful FlyByWire A32NX. So here we are on the stand at Montpellier now. So catering's on board, just going on board. Baggage is already on board. Fuel should be about is already there. So let's go ahead and jump in and just get things going, shall we? Let's not dilly-dally around too much. So let's take a look at our information today. So QNH today at Montpellier is 1015. Let's go ahead and change that to 1015. Perfect. And then it's going to come down here and we shall initiate all our information. So I've got my flight plan next to me here on a separate screen, so I'm cruising today at 37,000 feet. Let's go ahead and bang that in. Lovely jubbly. Zero fuel weight. There we go. So my block fuel today should be 12.3. It sounds quite heavy. It seems that it's not a huge trip. Navigator's going to give me a flight time of about an hour and a half max, but this should be enough for my turnaround as well. Today we will only do one leg of the journey and go from there. Okay, so that's perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at our performance today. Let's clear that. Okay, I need to put flaps in. So do flaps. Ooh, factor will take flaps 2 today, I think. 2 / up 0.8. There we go. Let's give us our speeds now. Beautiful, that's what we want. So let's go have a look at our charts, our flight plan, and have a look at our departure. So today we are going off of runway 30 right on the Mari 6 Romeo, which is perfect. We want. Let's go down and remove any discontinuities here. We've got that, perfect. Flight plan discontinuity, yeah, we want to bin that off. And then for our departure into Palermo, let's just go ahead and let me have a look at my Navigraph charts. So we are on 07 Yankee via the Geno 2 November. And via IOXY. Perfect. So let's just go ahead out here and have a look at what our plan is showing us, shall we? A quick look. Yeah, it's looking okay. Looking good. Takes us onto the Arno. Yeah, we're all good there. Perfect. So I'm happy there. Excellent. So let's go ahead down here and so we'll have a quick look at the charts. I'll show you what we were working with today. So here we are at Montpellier, taking off 30 right departure, so it's down here. Our SID today, where's it? There we go. So quickly, so we've got one restriction in place. We need to be above 420 feet at this point here, and then it's out there and down, bang down. Other than that, no restrictions in place, which is good. our star for our entry into Palermo. So we're coming in here via the Gino down here, and then bang round, bang, and then for our approach, coming off. So Oxos, IXC, I don't know, butchering that either way. Just down here then, and then we're on to the approach into Palermo, which should be good. So let's go ahead, back to the charts, go ahead to the star. And there we go. So other than that, we're looking good, I think. So I can go ahead and flick that back to nav there. And yeah, happy with how things are going. So obviously we're using real world weather today. So it does look very nice out there, which is fantastic. Very quiet airport though, but hey, not the end of the world. So let's go ahead and fuel on board is correct, so we're happy there. So let's go ahead and get rid of the jet bridge and get rid of the catering. And then we want to go into the overhead panel, switch our beacon on because we're going to start getting ready for our push, which is what we want to do. So what we'll do, and we're back. So what we want to do is look for our push, pre-plan the push. It's a fantastic little tool, really handy. And let's go back here and just see where we want to finish up, something like that. Something like that, and enter. Excellent. So we'll go ahead and request the push actually. So sporting a very nice livery today from Air France, celebrating or promoting the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Really nice scheme, quite striking compared to their usual plain white. So you should lift us any second now. There we go. We're lifted. There we go. The push has begun. Good looking, isn't it? Lovely. There we go, brakes on. You should start lowering us down now. There we go. Let's go ahead and extend flaps 2. Nice. So engine's coming up now. So trim, set that up. Okay. Happy there. So engines are stabilising. Well, they're stabilised. Excellent. What we want. So we should be able to start hard taxi in a second now. Down to the end. Yeah. Right. Brakes off. And there we go. Quick check. Looks good. Lovely clear sky today. Fantastic weather. Expecting the same down in Palermo. We are using supposed to be real world weather, courtesy of the sim. Take it with a bit of a pinch of salt, then it is 100% accurate, but it's good enough for me. Scenery here is, I think it's France VFR or VFR France, Airports Volume 1. Really nice piece of, really nice add-on. It gives you 5 airports: Montpellier, Clermont, Bordeaux, Brest, and what is it, Strasbourg? Something like that, Strasbourg. Probably saying that completely wrong, but that's what it gives you, and they're all good standard. Bought it from Just Flight. Hashtag not an ad. And yeah, good value for money, I think. Very good value for money. Focus, keep on the taxiway. Does very much feel like you're going downhill. Whee! What was that? Bit of off-roading there. What is that all about? This is the first time I've flown out of this airport, so that was a bit of a surprise.
Please prepare for takeoff.
Let's come to the end here. I'm going to go ahead and start the stopwatch there. Coming in. Excellent. So There's a bit of a breeze today, it feels like. So V1 and rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Really good looking. Okay there, so we'll go auto throttle on, auto pilot on. We'll reduce down to climb thrust now. Flaps one. Good. Okay, so that should be managed. Nice departure actually. It looks really good with those, with that wing flex. Really good. Okay, so we're approaching 10,000, so we'll go switch to standard. Clean up after takeoff, so landing lights can come off and be retracted. And that. Hi guys, welcome back to the flight deck, and we're not far off now from our descent down into Palermo. So we're going to go ahead now and start putting some information. In fact, hang on a second, let me just have a look at our calculator. So we should actually be starting to descend now. In fact, so let's go ahead down and drop down. So we know we're going to have to go down to 2,300 feet in the end. So let's just go ahead and punch that in. And we should begin our descent now down into Palermo. So it's asking us to put in some data for our approach. So we'll go ahead now and do that. Enter destination data. So QNH at Palermo is 1012. 1012. Temperature is 30 degrees. The wind is 020 at 13 knots. 020 at 13 knots. Our decision height is going to be 300. And we'll take a full config as well for landing, which is what we want. So we'll go ahead and, because we are fairly heavy, but we've got decent on a runway, we will go ahead and use low brakes, auto braking, which should be fine for us today. Okay, so now we're on our way. See what signs are on. Smoking signs are on. Perfect. So let's go ahead and have a look at our charts, shall we? There we go. So pin charts, and we want the star now for. So we're currently probably just about up here somewhere. So we should be okay. So we've got some time now until we come in. So we're just hitting the hour mark. So according to Navigraph, they gave us an hour and a half-ish for the flight. So we'll see how we get on. Like I said, the weather in Palermo should be okay. You see there, we've just got a little bit of cloud. It seems just off the coast, possibly in front. But other than that, it looks like a nice day. A little bit of a breeze, but we should be all right. But other than that, it's been quite a very smooth trip. Very nice. You know, not much really to distract you too much, to be honest. It's been a lot of ocean, and of course over the islands there, and before we begin our descent down into Palermo. But been very nice overall. Not much to report, unfortunately, but you know, that's fine. So as we can see, we've got the restriction in place now for once we hit up here. We do have a restriction in place to be below, I think it's 8,000, but not above, but not below 5,000. Sorry, not above 8,000, but not below 5,000. So hopefully we should hit that. The aircraft should be working out our best descent rate to make sure we hit that target. And then it's more or less 5,000 feet all the way around the loop until we get to this point, and then it's descend down to 2,300 feet, which is what this should be holding us to, he says. What we'll do just to make sure that we don't go below 5,000 feet on that loop is that we will just we'll change that to 5,000 feet actually. Just covers us off then. So still not on the map yet, that's fine. So we're 75 miles now away from Palermo. And as you can see, we're just starting to see the land coming into view now, which is good. But yeah, I do like Palermo as probably one of my favourite sceneries or places to fly into. It's just really scenic. The version I'm using today is the Asobo Palermo, which comes with the Italian update. What I found out recently actually was that you don't have to install the entire update to just get the airports, because I'm not too bothered about the photogrammetric scenery. I don't fly like around cities really, to be honest. Not close enough to see them being what they should be. So you can actually just select the airports to download, which is great. It saves you so much space, which is the big thing for me, because these world updates, they can be pretty hefty. You know, you're looking up to like 8-10 gig for each one. You know, and if you have all of them installed, you know, it soon chips away at your hard drive space. And you know, I've got FlightSim 2020 and DCS on the same hard drive, so you know, fast running out of space, I need to go, you know, fit a new hard drive really, and split them off onto their own hard drives. You know, because like I said, things are taking up a lot more space than they used to do. You know, back in the days of like FS9, you know, for a good 8K texture now, you're looking at quite a bit of space. But we'll cross that bridge as we get to it. Looking good. Looking indeed. So we do have a restriction actually in place. Just looking at my chart there, I've just noticed we do have a restriction in place for here at Guyano. Not above 19,000, not below 8,000. So we are at 20,000 here, so another minute or so, and we'll be at that point. So we need to make sure we're below that, which looks like we probably will be, so we should be alright. So I'm not too concerned there. And there we go, 19,000, and we're just before that point, so yeah, we're fine there. Happy days. Not breaking any rules there, which is what we want. We are looking good. Beautiful scenery. So the airport is roughly over here, I think. So we're going to fly around the bay. Or fly into the bay and then into the airport, which is good. So in fact, let's have a look at the airport chart itself for Palermo, so we can put in any data we need to. So there's the VR there. It is. I think I'm being very dim here. I can't see the frequency for the VOR. What? Being very, very dim. There we go, 113.0. So that's what we want. 113.0. We want a course of 064. 064 in there. Let me know what we're looking for, so we should get some distance information there, which is what we want. Which is perfect. So coming on to the start, pin charts. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I'm having a nightmare here. Pin start. I just wanted to close that. Yes, there we go. Come down nicely. So approaching 10,000 feet. I'm going to go ahead now and get the landing lights on. Alright, turn lights off. Get to take off. So I have to remember, as I get to this point here, to drop us down to 2,300 feet for the approach. Lovely. The speed is slowly coming down now to our 230 speed restriction. And there we go. Okay, good. So I think the airport is about there. So, not far away. Should be down within the next 10 minutes. So if that is the case, we are ahead of schedule according to the timings that Simbrick gave us. But that's fine by me. So we've got to make sure we're above, below 8,000 feet by this next waypoint, which looks like we should be all right, but not below 5,000, which is fine. We should be able to hit that okay. So what we want to do now, really, is look at the approach chart. Let's get that up. And somewhere up here. There I am. Which is fine. So once we get to 7 DME, that's when we want to begin our 3-degree descent down onto to the airport then, which is fine. Very better off looking out that window, really. See some land once the wing drops. Any minute now. I do like having these wing views. They do add a lot to the immersion, I suppose, to the experience. Just to the overall view, really. Fantastic. So coming up to 5,000 now. There you go, hitting 5,000. New speed restrictions come in of max 210 knots. Which is why we've got the carrot there is dropped down to 210. So the aircraft should now start slowing down to 210. Which is nice. So let's just do some quick checks. Let's check sliding lights are on, which we're happy with. Seal signs and everything are on. Brakes are checked. Low brakes there. We will be taking full config for landing. And our decision height is 300 feet below the ground. We are... got our QNH in. We're not on standard, which is great. I'm happy. Should be doing alright for it, I think. He says. Yep, so I think that's the airport right there. Nice. Excuse me. Lovely stuff, so we should be turning again in a minute to the right and backtracking on ourselves. Bring us into the approach. What I will do is set the altitude down to 2,300. And once we get to this next the end of this leg, then I'll go ahead and punch that in, and it should drop us down to it. So that's fine. Just a great view. Great view. Let's just wing that up. There we go. Once we get to this point, that's when we're going to begin our descent down to 2,300 feet. Yep, 2,300. Any second now, really. There we go. Let's go ahead and bang that in. It should be dropping us down. We should be getting a new speed restriction of 185. Doesn't look like we are, so I shall manually drop that. Once we get below 2,200 knots as well, I'll drop the first stage of flap just to give us that bit of boost. come below. That should help us out a little bit. So we begin our descent. There we go. Oh, looking good. There we go, looking nice. Beautiful scenery. Excuse me. Switch over to the VOR in a minute once we've carried on our turn. Drop our speed a little bit more. Smidge of air brake there, just to help slow us down. Yeah, it does seem to be a little bit high. At this point. Not too concerned. So we got that in. I'm surprised it's not picking up. You can see the runway in front of us now.
2,500.
Looking good. It's 2,300, there we go. I'm going to drop the gear now. The gear's coming down. Coming up to the point where we need to begin our descent. 700 miles at 3 degrees. Next stage of flap. So I think actually we are just going to hand fly this. Looking good. I want to get below 150 knots before I drop the final stage. Flap.
1,000.
There you go, 150 knots, full flap. Should help us there. Speed's still coming down nicely. looking good. I think we are a smidge low. Okay.
500. 400.
2 whites, 2 reds, looking good.
100 above. 300.
Continue. Happy.
Minimum 200.
Feel a bit of a breeze.
$100.
Nice.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Spoilers. And reverse thrust there. Good. Knots out of reverse thrust, and it breaks in. The auto brake off, so we'll take the next turn in after this one. Here we are, guys. Welcome to Palermo. So vacated runway, go flaps up. And clean up now. Let's go ahead and get the APU going. Landing lights off, runway tail lights off. Then down to taxi, strobe lights off. And we're off. Lovely. Weather's not too bad, a little bit of cloud, but nothing too bad. So what time did we have there? 87, call it 86. Yeah. So maybe a couple of minutes early. Nothing too serious. And there we go, there's our stuff waiting for us at the gate, so let's go ahead and turn the landing lights off there. Gate 208. There's the marshallet. Only got one wand. Don't know where the other one's gone. There we go. Slowly coming up. There we go. Parking brake on. APU is available. So let's go ahead and shut down. While we're here as well, we'll go ahead and request the jetway. Jet bridge and a baggage. Here we are, welcome to Palermo. As always guys, I really hope you enjoyed being on board with us today. Go ahead and smash that like button. If you want to subscribe and see more content, please do. Until next time, I shall see you later.